Alright, here we go. It's 5TC here, back with another video. And today I will be ranking every single canon Woo suit from Ninjago. Now, I don't believe some of these are in order just because I wasn't able to find out what year or season some of these were a part of. But for the most part, I do have most of the Woo suits that are actually canon to the show. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. First up, I don't actually remember. I do think came out in 2011 for the pilot wave, but I also think this came out during the pilot wave. Might have been season 2. I don't really recall, so I'm just going to rank it as I see it. But yeah, the all-white suit, I think it's a pretty B-tier suit. Now, Woo suits, they always have the beard covering the torso, so that's how I'm going to be ranking it. But next up, we have the Woo. I guess this is his not elemental kimono, but it's some type of kimono suit. Although I do believe he had it in season 1, I do think he also had it in season 2. But I also think a lot of these came out around that time because there's 4 of them before season 3. But yeah, I'd say this is a pretty A-tier suit. I love the black. I love the white arms. This is a pretty good Woo suit. Next up for Woo, actually, I think I already have this minifigure. Yeah, it looks like the same exact minifigure, but thing with a lot of these Woo suits is they just look the same. So, I guess I can just put it at the back of the list because it's really unnecessary. I should have just left it right there. But, yeah, a lot of the suits, they just look the same. But I'm not going to repeat myself again. This next Woo suit, I like this suit, but I say it is pretty, I'd say it is pretty right here. Like, it's just all white legs, but then there's this one. I kind of like this one better than I like this one, just because it actually has printed legs. It pretty much has the same torso, just with different legs. But Evil Woo, I love Evil Woo. I never got his minifigure because if you didn't watch my previous stories, I didn't even start collecting Lego sets, Ninjago sets at all until I think Day of the Departed Wave or Skybound Wave. But I love this. I don't think I could put it S tier though. Maybe A tier. Maybe right here. I think this is pretty fair. And also, this was like the only time we had an Evil Woo minifigure, so yeah, that's kind of why I put it right there. And this video is going to be a quick video because Woo really doesn't have that many suits. I also don't really have the context for some of the suits, but most of them I should have the context for. Next up suit, I do remember this was season 5. This is probably one of my favorite Woo suits. This was from season 5, Possession. Yeah, it's pretty good. You have the gold on the torso, you have the white arms, everything you really want. And I believe this is also from season 5. I think this was his pilot suit, but the minifigure I believe actually came with a hat for it. But this is a pretty good suit, but given the fact that it is like a pilot suit, I would still probably put it on A tier just because I like the gray hand. But I maybe put it right here, but this one actually, this might be my favorite. Now, I do think this is completely out of order because I do believe this actually came out during this year, not this year, but I think 2023 or 2024 during the Dragonstone Shrine for Dragons Rising. I may be completely butchering that, so anyone that has seen the show, please do tell me. I have seen the show. I just can't remember what year the set came out. But yeah, it's pretty good. This is the same exact minifigure as that, so I'm just gonna leave it right there. Legacy Woo, I really have the same thoughts, because it's basically just a legacy version of that kimono. But I think this one is better, to be honest, so I think I'll put it on A tier. But next up we have Teen Woo, and this is kind of weird because it's Woo as a teenager, so he's not really like a sensei. And I named it all Woo, so he doesn't have to necessarily be a sensei. Now, there was a time when he was, a baby, and I do think there is a baby Woo, but there's no point of adding that. It's just a regular baby in Lego. There's no reason to add that. I think it's pretty C-tier. I loved it when I got this was an exclusive minifigure. I used to love it. Nowadays, I don't really care for it, But I do care for the Teen Woo, the official Teen Woo minifigure. I love this minifigure. I loved it when Woo was a teenager in season 9, Hunted. I wish he kind of stuck around like that for a little bit longer, but for what we got, it was pretty good. Next up, I actually don't recall the context for this one, but it is a good Woo minifigure. I will give you that. I don't remember what season it came out in. I also think that's just the thing, 'cause like different characters have different suits, like depending on the season or whatever. Woo suits have always kind of been white. They might have had some black or gray or brown or whatever in them, but they've mainly been white. So it's like you can't really tell. But I'm also not really a Woo fan. That has nothing to do with the ranking, by the way. It's just because like a lot of like one Woo minifigure might have came out, or multiple Woo minifigures might have came out during a wave back then. So it's kind of hard to keep track of. But next up we have this Woo minifigure, and I do think I do think I have this minifigure. It came out during the core wave. It's a pretty alright minifigure. I still maybe I put it down on B tier. Maybe I put it up here. I kind of like it actually. Now, yeah, this is the same one I've been looking at. But yeah, this is going to be a real quick video. But next up, okay, this is probably my favorite Woo minifigure of all time. It's not even a sensei, but it's back when he was the Golden Dragon Master during Season 9 Hunted. He also had the Dragon Bone Blade, or the Dragon Blade. It's amazing Woo minifigure. I love it. It's not a sensei Woo, because he wasn't a sensei. He was still a teenager. I think this time he might have been adult. No, he was still a teenager. But it was an amazing minifigure. Probably one of my favorites of all time. But next up we have Season 11 Woo. Okay, I know I just said that was my favorite, but this is probably my favorite Woo. And as terrible as Season 11 was, the Woo minifigure was actually pretty good. And I think the thing that really did it for me is that they gave him a cape. Woo looks amazing in this cape. I love the red they gave him for the bottom of his torso. I love how well it blends in with the legs. Everything about this minifigure is perfect. I don't think I ever got my hands on it though. But next up we have Season 13 Woo from Master of the Mountains. I still might think that maybe the Golden Dragon Master one is better, but the Season 13 Woo did not come with a cape, but it came with this pretty cool armor. But maybe I put it right here. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. Next up, we do have this Woo, but I think I already added him, and I can't just get rid of him now. So, last but not least, we have Crystallized Woo. Crystallized was a pretty terrible season, not gonna lie. I've talked about it so many times. I don't really care for this minifigure. Just for Crystallized Lego, they really wanted to make a lot of the ninja have like golden outfits or have golden be one of their primary colors, but it just really didn't work for me. I don't really care for those minifigures or those suits. So, I mean, I might care for the minifigures. I'm trying to finish my Ninjago collection. As you saw how broad or how weird my collection was in that video. Now, since that video, and I do believe I said it in that video, but I do have the Thunder Fang. But I'm not going to make a new video yet because I do plan on getting either the Arc Dragon of Focus or one of the new Ninjago sets that's coming out on June 1st. Because my father said he was going to get me a graduation gift. Now, I may end up asking for it. Now, granted, the summer sets will come out after my graduation, so I would have to wait a few days. But, honestly, I'm fine with waiting. I could probably get some money or something else. But, I mean, I am going to need money for college. But, yeah, I am either looking for it for the Arc Dragon of Focus or one of the new sets. But I may end up just asking for one of the new sets because I don't really care for the Arc Dragon of Focus. Like, it didn't even show up in the show. Now, I don't know if it shows up in Season 3 Part 2, because Season 3 Part 2 has been leaked. I haven't watched them at all, but a lot of people made videos and commentaries on them. I'm staying away from the leaks. Now, I don't know if he shows up in Season 3 Part 2, but I mean, I don't really care for the dragon. I don't really care for the minifigures. I'm not a fan of their storm suits. It would be nice to get Kai and Cole in them, though, but honestly, I'm fine without finishing that wave. And Drix, you can get Drix for cheap in the $10 set, and Zark, he will be in a cheaper set, I think in a $50 set during the June wave, and Darkness a fraud, but we'll have to wait for my Forbidden 5 video to see my opinions on that. But overall, this was my Woo tier list. I wish it was more polished. I'll have to work on that in the future. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.